Okay, so you're going to go to your accessory by punching 1, 2, don't hit your brake. Now you can hit your brake and hit the reverse. And now the car's in reverse, so the reverse light should be on. Let's go take a look. There's the reverse light. So you'll start by removing these tabs here. They just kind of wedge out with the screwdriver. And then you get these big grommets right here. They come out pretty easy too. You got one here and one on this side. Alrighty, so the next move, you're gonna take the pins out from this corner over here at the back of this trunk. One already removed, and so we can get access to that reverse light. So you'll have a couple grommets here, one by the latch, 2 over here, and then you got 2 tabs inside here that will just kind of pop up. Tab, 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 4 tabs. And they go right here. So to access that rear panel, to get to the reverse light, you'll take a couple more grommets out, and then you can kind of fold this back here. And you're gonna need to get to a couple of plastic holders in the back there. One kind of low, one kind of high. They'll use some pliers to get to, and then you'll have these couple of bolts right here. They have some plastic shrouds to help hold the wires there, so you can just kind of pop those off. And remove these screws. So these are some 8mm, and they're not very tight. So just get them going a little ways, and so the grommet attached to here, you can unplug. That way it'll help you identify what wire's which and help you pull out the bulb itself once you get those plastic pins out the back. To help with the ease of the crimping into those, you can take this harness, pinch this piece here, pull that. You can take the whole tail light out after that. So you got those plastic pins that'll hold it on. There's 2 of them. You're supposed to use just a pair of pliers and squeeze the tops of them, and then you'll come and go ahead and leave your 8mm screw so it doesn't shoot out of there, and you'll probably put some pressure from the back. There it goes. Once you feel it give way, you can take those 8mm out, and you should have access to the wires. All right, so then you'll have access to your wiring there. And if you remember which one is your reverse, you can test it with your tester light. And that's what I'll do next. So they'll have locking, so lock will be to go clockwise and counterclockwise will be to unlock. We're going to test these to see which one's positive and ground for a reverse light. So then you'll go to accessory again, no start, hit reverse, now go check your rear light. And as you can see, that's the reverse light because it's activated when the car is in. Now I just need to test these wires to see which one is positive, which one's ground. And these are little grommets that are the hard ones that you have to use the wrench to get out. So you just gotta pinch them. So I'm in reverse. I got my voltmeter. I'm on 20 DC volts, so I've determined that the wire, the green and black striped wire, is the hot wire. So I get a little bit of when I put my tester here. So using my voltmeter direct, I've determined that the green with the black stripe is the reverse light wire and the black is ground. So we can hook into those. You can either do it from here, go through here, or go on the other side and see to hook in, to tap into that. So when you remove the taillight from the car and unhook the harness, you can see that all of these lights have a 12 volt with a common ground. So we'll be tapping into the green as our 12 volt and the black are all tied into one common black ground in this harness. So this will be in the trunk side. So we'll use Positaps to connect to those and then seal this wrap back up a little bit. And I'll be using Positaps. It uses like a push pin to tap the wire, and then you connect your outer wire through the other end. So I got my Positap attached to the black and the green black stripe. And so next will just be to hook the camera into those leads and put the tail light back in. I guess put my bulb back. I should have got some LEDs to replace these, but maybe on the next go run. Next, just insert your wiring with the Positaps back in through there till that grommet goes in, and snug that grommet back up tight. So now we just need to plug into the Positaps with our black and or red and white, red and ground for the camera. So I'll plug those into those blue Positap adapters, and don't forget to plug in your harness. And don't forget to put your 8mm bolts in. So now it's time to drill a hole in that chrome piece between the two tag lights. Looks like you'll have an 8mm bolt there. Trunk release, clip, unclip, tag light, unclip, and another 8mm right there. Then you'll want to drill into the chrome piece. Put some tape so you don't scratch it, even though you won't see it. Start with a pilot hole. That's about the middle as the most that I can get it. So I'm going to make that hole bigger so we can put our camera through it. So you'll get your hole drilled and insert your camera in. Get it lined up to the best of what you think is straight. And then you're going to put your bolt on. I put a little bit of thread locker sealant on there, and you don't want to tighten it too tight. Maybe hand tight. Maybe a crank of a wrench. And then you're gonna drill you a hole through the trunk, and that's how you're gonna run the wire through to make the connection to your positaps. So you're gonna mount the camera, run the wire from the camera through your trunk, run it through this loop out here, and so that connection will go to the stereo. So there's the camera connection, and then the positive negative with the positap hooked in to the reverse light. Now time to go test it up front. All right, looks like it works. Car's off, I'm in reverse. There we go. So you will just plug in the pigtail from the camera that's coming from the trunk, and the pigtail will go to the red wire to the reverse wire, and that's the install.